Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Chicane, where we, your hosts, Brynley,
And McKenna.
put the chic in motorsports
Our goal is to bring the latest paddock pulp, provide in-depth and unique interviews with fans and your favorite F1 content creators.
and encourage you to learn about the sport in a fun and innovative way.
We hope you stick around and enjoy this week's episode to talk about Lando 2 wins and the Ferrari religion.
Woo! With that, let's get revving.
Woo!
Okay, babe, what is your P1s and DNFs of this week?
Okay, thankfully I don't think I have any DNFs,
Okay, good.
but I also I have 2 wins, I guess, but they're such little things. But just the little things you have to appreciate.
Yeah.
But I got a free coffee yesterday because I downloaded the Dutch Bros app, and the first coffee that you order through the app is free apparently, and I didn't know that, and so I was like, that was really great. And then I was already talking about this, but I found a really cute racing shirt at the thrift store that I never thrift anything good, so that was really fun to kind of find that.
You're so cute. I love that. I'd be happy too if I had a free coffee and a new race shirt.
Yeah.
I think I just have one DNF. I'm kind of on the same boat, and it's the weather. It's been like 90s to 105 this whole week, and as most of you guys know, I started school this week, and I have to walk to all of my classes. So walking in this heat has been too much, and
Yeah.
I've almost passed out
And
twice.
if you guys don't know, we're based in Tennessee, and last week the weather was beautiful. And
70s,
so
like,
it's even more disappointing that it's
yeah,
summer again.
100%. So that's probably like my only DNF. My P1s, my favorite driver got his second win. I'm very happy. And then my other P1 is just I started school this week and I've had a really good, easy week. I don't have a lot of homework. I'm really on top of my homework already. And it's just stuff that I love doing. I'm literally taking pictures, drawing, I'm doing all of that kind of stuff, Photoshop. So stuff that I'm already loving to do. And then my teachers are great. So I don't have any complaints in the school department yet.
I have to say, since Lando won on Sunday, the amount of Lando edits have been on my For You page, and I'm like, send these to Brendy's page. They do not belong here.
Oh, they've been there. The thing is it will recommend, if you're friends with me, it will send you my interests too if you're not on TikTok a lot. That's apparently what happens with the algorithm. And if I repost stuff, since I'm your friend, you'll see it. So that's probably why you're seeing
Yeah.
so many Lando edits. Sorry.
I love it. I love supporting you.
Okay, do we want to get into Paddock Pulp?
Yes, please.
Okay, so some Paddock Pulp. If you guys watched last week's episode, we were talking about any of our guesses for hot takes throughout the weekend, and I said that we would have a contract signed, and then I said specifically, if possible, it'd be Alpine or what was others Steak, I think, and I said if it was Alpine, it'd be Jack Doohan, and guess what we got, guys? Jack Doohan signed 2025 alongside Peter Gasly next year. So I'm super pumped. What are your thoughts on it, McKenna?
Yeah, I think less than 24 hours after you spoke those words, it was announced. So we were like, oh, this is great.
Shook.
I'm so excited. We have another Aussie. It's going to be so fun. I'm excited for him, and I hope for the best for him this next season.
Yeah. I'm excited too. I always love rookies. I think it's a fun, chaotic move to Formula One, and I think he's a good driver. So I'm excited to see what he can do with Alpine. But
yeah,
and then
hopefully,
go ahead.
I'm hoping that he's in a good midfield car, so you can
Yeah.
actually see his potential.
Oh, for sure.
For a bigger team.
Yeah. And then some very sad news. I have already cried about this, y'all don't even know. My fellow Floridian friend, Logan Sargent, has been removed from the F1 grid. Our American soldier has fallen from battle. So, he was
made us
sad.
proud.
Yeah, he did make us proud. He was replaced by Franco Colapinto, who was the reserve driver for Williams this season. And so with Carlos moving into the Williams seat for 2025, they just decided that they wanted to have a different chance at maybe getting some points this season and put the reserve driver who has experience with the car into that seat for the remainder of the season. So Logan will no longer be racing for Formula One unless he gets a seat somewhere else, which looks like to be highly unlikely right now, but you never know with F1. So
yeah. I sent her a couple like sad edits and stuff, and I'm sure you've seen more. There's plenty that have crossed my For You page that I was like, I can't see this. This is too sad.
The problem is that people keep editing him to Noah Khan's song, You're Gonna Go Far, and that song already makes me cry because it's like me and my mom's song. And like, I don't know, him with that song is too much. So anytime someone sends it to me, I just swipe out. I'm like, nope, I'm not watching it.
What are your thoughts on the new driver? Because I have a couple,
like on his skill or just like the idea of switching out the driver?
On Franco specifically.
I don't know. I don't know much about him. To be honest with you, we've seen him with the Williams like FP1s and stuff like that. And obviously you can't really put so much of your idea into like what the FP1 results are because it's just like they're just driving the car, they're just practicing. But yeah, I don't have any strong feelings about it. I mean, I am very upset that Logan is leaving and I don't really understand it. But with him as a person, like I don't really like, or a driver, I don't really have any strong feelings, pro or con, yet.
Yeah, I have a couple that it's like and I'm gonna preface this with I'm not hoping that he does bad. I hope for the best and hope that I am wrong. But he's also a rookie in F2. So he's coming up from F2 as a rookie. As a rookie into Formula One. And so like he hasn't even finished a full season. And I know like James said, well, we think he's got something really special and whatnot. But like to me, it makes so much more sense to put in someone like Liam Lawson, which Red Bull stated that they would have been willing to do that. Like let them have Liam for the remainder of the season. Because he has actual experience in some of the races. Or potentially Mick could have been an option.
That's what I was thinking too.
And wait, I had 3 people. I was like, that would have been. I feel like for the limited amount of time that you have 10 races, 9 races, and like to sign someone that doesn't even potentially have a seat for next year.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope that he does really well, but I feel like there were better options. I think they're going to be kind of stuck in the same place where it's like,
yeah,
he's going to have to figure out the car and like you don't have that much time left, and then that's a lot of pressure. When you could have like there's maybe a better option, but
yeah, it's very confusing for most of us, but I mean, they're at the end of the day, they're the team, they see the stats, they understand the money and all that kind of stuff, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's a good decision, and like you and I have always said, like wherever Logan goes, we will support him. So hopefully he does get signed on. I'm praying that he gets signed on with IndyCar. And if he does, then I will go to one of the IndyCar races next year, like 100%. I will promise that.
Yeah. I also feel like it's hard position to be in to like sign to an F1 team and like you're not getting a seat for next year. It's like you're just kind of filling a hole that they needed. And then like you're gonna have to wait another year. Unless unless he does really good and Stake signs him or something. But I'm sure they already have their stuff behind the scenes that we haven't seen.
I don't know. All right,
Anyways,
do you want to get into our race results and on predictions and stuff?
yes. So, last week, I'm so mad at myself because I said that we would have Max, a McLaren, and a Ferrari. And in my head, I was like, Max, Lando, Charles. But I was like, I always say that. I always throw their names out there. So I was like, I'm not going to do that. I was like, that is too, cliche, basic of an answer. But those were the 3 that were on the podium.
Yeah.
So
I think you still
right.
counted, though. You still got 3.
Not in the right order. But
yeah. And then I had Max, Lando, and Carlos. So I specified when it came to McLaren and Ferrari. And Lando did get number 1, so.
yeah.
What about you? Had a hot take, and I already covered. Mine was the contract announcement.
Yeah, so my hot take was that we would just have no DNFs.
Yeah. Did we have any DNFs?
No.
Okay, look at us with our predictions.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And then I said 1 DNF, and it would be a Merc, so I was wrong in that part. But yeah.
Yeah, so surprise of the race, I guess.
I don't know if it's considered a surprise of the race because of the start and everything, but regardless of how it happened, Lando did convert a pole into a win. So what?
There's a mailman coming up to my door right now.
Oh.
Hope I don't have to sign for that.
But yeah, he converted a pole into a win. I'm very proud of him. Honestly, as it tends to be with F1, I feel like once they focus on 3 characters, 3 drivers in the race, you kind of don't see what else is happening through the rest of the pack. So I don't really know what else was happening. I was so focused on Lando regaining his position after he lost it. And then something was going on with Max. Max was having some car problems.
Yeah, he was having them this morning too. In FP1.
Rough.
Still got P2. What it seemed like the car wasn't really listening to him.
Well, yeah. And then also, one thing that we also haven't mentioned is that Lando won by a 22 second lead.
Mm-hmm.
So,
McLaren yeah, I think that was the most surprising thing. And it goes 20 seconds was like Red Bull last year, you know?
Uh-huh.
And so who knows what could happen. Yeah, the only other 2 people that I really saw was Daniel was having there was some action racing, and Albon saw a little bit of his fights and racing.
See, I didn't see anybody.
Didn't really see anything else.
Yeah, I didn't see anybody in the mid lower field. People I saw mostly was Alonso and Lewis. Alonso kept trying to fight with I think it was Danny. That fight maybe. Or I don't know. Between Alonso and Lewis, they were both gaining and losing positions back and forth every other lap. So that was pretty fun to watch.
Yeah. And then I would say secondary to the 20-second gap to the leader was Charles keeping Oscar behind him.
Oh, yeah.
That was crazy. How he did that.
It was definitely an interesting race. You gotta put Lando's up there.
I know. I'm getting more printer ink this weekend probably. So
he deserves a space on the wall. But yeah, I feel like that's as much as I can really remember from the race. But what do you think? So would you say that it surprised you that Lando won, or?
I don't think necessarily that he won, but like the lead that he had, I think, was like
insane.
Okay, they've got a good car under them.
Did you see when Charles and Max got into the cool down room and then
Yeah, he was like,
well, no, like he was like Max was like, how far off were Charles was like, how far off were you of Lando? And he was like 22 seconds. And Charles was like,
yeah, he was like
that means I was even worse. Like it's crazy.
Yeah. How do you think that's gonna translate to this weekend for them?
I think with previous years we've done okay at Monza. I mean we had was that our first win with like in a while, or was that a podium? No, that was a win. We had Danny, Rick, and Lando. Was at Monza. I think.
Sure.
So we have good history here. But I mean, honestly, with the McLaren, it's so unpredictable now. Like, I want them to do good, and I think that they will. But like, who knows? Who could win? We could see Oscar winning here too.
Yeah, what is it that Lando has to win every single race and get fastest lap if Max gets second place every time and he would win constructors by 1 point or win the championship by 1 point.
Yeah. That'd be crazy if that happened.
So that would be insane.
That would be crazy. And that's if Max gets second. Like if he DNFs, then that gives him more room to win by a margin. And if he like doesn't get points, which is like never happens, he either DNFs or he gets points. I've never.
Did you see the graphic that F1 posted the other day? That he's done 200 races or whatever, and like it was something like 20 of them he's DNF'd, and only 8 races that he's finished has been outside of the top 10.
Dang, that's impressive.
I think only 8 races outside of the top 10 that he's finished, and then 29 DNFs.
Wow.
So
that's impressive. But yeah, I hope that we can get close or even get that win. That'd be awesome. I would have to do something crazy if Lando won the championship. Like, I don't even know what I would do, but I would have to do something crazy.
You'd get a tattoo for him?
Tattoo? Maybe.
Okay. So a couple more stats about the race. The fastest pit stop was Red Bull at 2.18 seconds.
The fastest lap was set by Lando Norris. I think it was at like 1.13 or something. 113.
And then, surprise, surprise, Lando Norris was the driver of the day.
Yes, he was. He got all of it, so I'm happy.
I do have to say, I started like laughing when he lost the lead.
Yeah.
At the start, because I was like, Graham, if he loses the lead at the start again, I was like,
social media is gonna go up in flames.
It's just like,
Charles, man, like both of them have awful like
conversions.
Conversion rates. Box.
Okay, so this fun fact is quite fitting because it actually takes place at Monza.
Ooh.
But the 1971 Italian Grand Prix featured the closest finish in F1 history. The top 5 drivers were only separated by 0.61 seconds.
0.6? 0.61 seconds? That's crazy.
So the first 5 drivers finished within less than a second.
I can't even imagine what that like season would be like if that happened.
Yeah, if we have that sort of like fight today, I think I would just like have a heart attack. Not actually.
You'd never know who would win a race. You could never know.
Yeah.
That's crazy. All right. Do you want to do the name and then I'll do the location?
Sure. So, this weekend we are at the Formula One Grand Prix d'Italia Grand Prix. Although I already said that.
It's also crazy because I just remembered that this was like one of the first few episodes I had you on last season. I think.
It was because we talked about like the Ferrari team too.
Yeah. And like trying to pronounce this was so funny. But yeah. Anyway, like she just said, we are home for Monza for all you Ferrari fans. Welcome to the 16th round of racing with Formula One. We are here at the second Italian track of the season. Monza is loved by fans new and old and is a home race for the Ferraris. So wear your red. If you're not a Ferrari fan, be kind to the Ferrari fans. This is a home race for them and we love hello.
No.
We love supporting home races. I also just smashed my knee into the thingy.
Hold on. Okay, I'm trying to find the timing. All right, yes. So, as always, check your own timing, but for Central Standard Time, the race is at 8 a.m. on Sunday and qualifying is at 9 a.m. on Saturday.
As for length of this track, it is 5.793 kilometers, which is probably like
3.2 miles.
Yeah, 3.5 miles. At 53 laps. So.
Mm-hmm. And then we have 2 DRS zones and 1 speed trap.
Wow. As for just a quick little history, I'll get into history, she'll get into track feel. Formula One has raced here in Monza since 1950, so it was one of the earlier tracks, and has only missed one race in 1980 when the race was held at Imola instead. So that is the other other Italian track that we see on the race calendar.
Yeah. All right. As for track feel, I usually like to take it from the F1 website and change it up. But the way that this is put, I just thought it was so funny for some reason, so I just kept it as it was. But Rapido. Formula One's fastest ever lap was set at Monza. Williams driver Juan Pablo Montoya's 260.6 km/h effort during practice for the 2004 Grand Prix, which should give you some idea for the nature of the track the locals call La Pista Magica. Cars are on full throttle for about 80% of the lap and hit their VMAX on the circuit's 1.1 kilometer start-finish straight. From there, they roar off into the historic park section, where a series of big stops into tight chicanes gives the brakes a good workout.
Wow. That was very beautifully put.
Mm-hmm. Rapido, rapido.
Rapido. Bring out the Italian this weekend.
Yeah.
Past podium, we had Max Verstappen P1, Checo Perez P2, and Carlos Sainz P3. So we had a Ferrari on podium. That was very nice.
Mm-hmm. And then the lap record is 1 minute 21.046 seconds, which was set in 2004 by Rubens Barrichello.
Wow.
Barrichello. Which, by the way, if you're wondering why it's not 1, it's because the fastest lap only counts for during the race.
Yeah.
Not just on track in general.
Yeah. As for DNFs, we had 2 DNFs with Esteban Ocon and Yuki Tsunoda. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
So.
Hot take for the race.
Okay. I am gonna say crash on the first lap.
On the first lap?
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say crash too, but I didn't know where. But okay. Crash on the first lap. I'll add that. I agree with crash. I'm gonna say like full red flag, like car on track crash.
So. Yeah.
First lap crash.
And I'm also gonna say, just kind of randomly throw this out there, but points for Haas.
Ooh. I like that. Is that for hot take?
Yeah, we can throw it in there.
Most points. Okay. Podium predictions.
All right. For my podium, as a Ferrari girl, and being at Monza, do I believe that this will happen? No. Do I pray this will happen? Yes. Well, 1-2.
Okay.
So Ferrari 1-2, and then George Russell.
Oh. No, because his car just crashed.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, did you see his face when it
Yes.
he was like
So, for all of you that don't know, they had Kimi Antonelli, do FP1 in George's Mercedes this weekend, and that is today, as of today's recording. And in practice, he crashed the car. So, we'll see how quickly the mechanics can get George's car back and running.
Yeah.
Rip George.
I think I doubt he's driving today, but FP2 is going around on right now as we're doing this. So I don't know.
Okay, so for my podium predictions, I'm gonna agree-ish. I think that Charles is gonna win. I'm hoping that he wins. I would love to see that happen. I think it'd be cool to have another win this season, have multiple race winners. So Charles, and then I really just want a Lando podium. Like, we haven't seen Carlos and Lando on the podium in a long time, so I'm gonna say Charles, Lando, Carlos.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I like it. I like that.
And then what are your DNF predictions? Since you said crash.
Okay. 3 DNFs.
I was gonna say the same thing.
2 are from the crash. Obviously, they take each other out. And then 1 is probably just like a retirement.
Oh, I'm about to sneeze, I think.
Bless you.
It didn't happen. Oh, my allergies have been so weird. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. No. Am I back?
Oh, you're back. You froze for a minute.
I know, you did too. So
Okay.
I was like,
I didn't. We're good. Did you sneeze?
no.
Okay.
Okay. My DNF predictions, I agree with the 3. I'm gonna say all 3 are in the crash.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say like 2 take each other out, and then like it causes
Collateral
like
damage.
collateral damage. Yeah.
Mm.
So I'm gonna say it like that. But that's all that I have for that part.
All right. I feel like so much has happened. More has happened this week in Formula One than all of silly season.
Yes. It's so messed up.
Like,
I
so
feel
much
way
happened at the beginning of the season, and so much is happening at the beginning of after summer break has ended, that, like, silly season was dry as the Sahara.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's crazy. Yeah. I don't think there's anything else on my side that I want to add. It is going to be really hot this weekend, both here and in Italy. Oh, I just was told that I scored 170 points from Zandvoort on my fantasy team. So
Congratulations.
thanks. I forgot I had that.
Me too.
But yeah, so it's supposed to be really hot outside, both here and in Italy, wherever you live. Just make sure that you are staying hydrated. If you're at the track, have so much fun. Please be aware of other people around you. And like I said, stay hydrated. We don't want you passing out at your first or like experienced F1 race. So yeah, please stay hydrated. This weekend is super hot. We care about you guys. So is there anything else you want to add?
No, I think we've covered it all.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think this weekend has a lot of interesting things in store that I'm super excited to see how they all play out.
Yeah. So I guess that's our
checkered flag.
bye.